Welcome back. This is this is the screen I remember playing at that Toys R Us. Yeah, and I said I didn't really like the style when I first saw it, but it I think obviously in retrospect it's better for them to try different stuff. If they're gonna make a Zelda every 5 years, why make it the same thing every time? I think it's cool that they always try to do new stuff, and stuff works better than other stuff, and they definitely could just keep remaking the same game, the same style, the same things, because the games are made for kids, and every 5 years there's more kids, new kids to buy your games, so they won't remember the last game. But they don't do that. Probably just for their own artistic integrity. they don't want to bore themselves. They want to be interested in what they're making, so they're like, I already made the last Zelda game, so let's make something different. We have to make Zelda, so what's in here? Map. I was just thinking of something before, and now I can't remember it. I wanted to maybe talk about cognitive dissonance again. I know I didn't do a very good job last time in that Mario episode. Oh, my phone is ringing. Stop it. I've been getting a call every day from Red Bank in New Jersey, and I don't know who it is. I never answer the phone, so I don't know why they keep calling. One reason why I think I might be a little bit less susceptible to cognitive dissonance is because I don't talk that much. Sometimes people who talk a lot, I think they solidify their opinions more, which can be a good thing. I kind of wish sometimes that I had more solidified opinions. But it can also be a bad thing because you're afraid kind of to change your mind, and people will punish you for changing your mind. That happens a lot in politics. I think you're a flip-flopper. But I don't have that problem because I never express my opinions anywhere, so I don't feel afraid to ever change them. I don't feel like I've been backed into a corner from something I've said before, and then I have to kind of defend myself when there's new evidence or something. I can just be I can even pretend that I've always felt that way, even if I haven't, just because I've never talked about it. So it's easy for me to change my mind. So I try to be less judgmental of people who have a hard time changing their mind, because it's harder when that cognitive dissonance is a powerful thing that's hard to overcome. But not talking, as a benefit of not talking is that you just don't have cognitive dissonance and you're not afraid to change your mind. I had a note about flip-flopping, but I don't know if I can find it. Did I get a goo? Yeah. Yeah, I can't find it. Oh, whatever. Oh. Sorry, I have to find a note to talk about. Or maybe I can think of something I did this week. I didn't do anything this week. Small key. I used to always look forward to The Walking Dead coming out on Netflix. Because I noticed it's coming out September 1st, the last season. But the last couple of seasons I haven't really looked forward to it that much. How do I hit those things? Yeah, so I guess around the third season, I started to. I guess I just realized that before the next season came out, they always put up the last season on Netflix, and then it used to be my favorite show. So it would be fun to just binge watch the previous season before the next one. And I still do it. I guess mostly just for tradition's sake. Since the 7th season, I don't know if I talked about it, but yeah, I haven't really enjoyed the show that much. There have been more than a handful, maybe like a dozen episodes that I really liked, which kind of keep me interested, but otherwise it's oops. I still really like those first 6 seasons. Other people don't, but I do. The problem I think I have with the show, this is a common thing that I'm noticing with shows that I like for shows that I don't like, which is it started out as kind of a small show. The pilot is one of my favorite episodes of the whole show, and it's really small. There's Rick, and they set up the relationship with his partner. Oh yes, okay, good. And he's a cop, and he has a wife and a kid, and he meets this guy Morgan, and then that's it. And then I think they might introduce the group, but that's it. They just introduce them. Like, this is a group that Rick will join later, but they can focus the entire pilot on Rick and his who he is and what his motivations are and stuff like that. And for the most part, the first couple seasons are just about Rick and his wife and his friend Shane, and it's simple, and I like that. I don't like when they start introducing a bunch of characters, and then some characters they don't really know what to do with for some episodes, and it gets complicated. And but I think it's important to mention that Game of Thrones is also one of my favorite shows. So it's not like I don't like shows with a bunch of characters that jump around and go to different places. I think it's just harder to do one of those shows well. Or I don't like saying that. One of those shows that I would like. Whoops. It's a long way down. Game of Thrones is just so much, you can tell it's just so much more well thought out because they have the book, and the books are like 500 pages long, and they have appendices, and they have separate books about an entire lineage of the Targaryens and the history, and you can tell that in the story. And in the TV show, it's like they're slowly revealing stuff that's already been thought out, instead of them just kind of coming up with it on the fly. Which is how it comes across in The Walking Dead. Even though it is based on a comic book, but the comic book, it just based on the fact that it's a comic book, can't be as well thought out as a book, or 6 books, or 7 books, or whatever. Okay. Actually, I want to talk a little bit more about that, but I'll do it next time. I feel like I'm getting into a better groove. The second episode I did today, I almost felt like quitting. It was like I had like a 20-second pause, and I was just feeling bad about myself. Like, maybe I should just stop again and try tomorrow. But I'm glad I didn't. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow.